Hey, peace, boxing world. Thanks for pressing play on another bite down boxing video. Uh, Make sure I have some volume here. Sorry about that. Make sure I have some volume. Normally, I hate to interject myself in in the discussion, but I was just thinking earlier. So I'm about to go to work, but I was thinking this morning, like, what do I do with this fight this weekend? The fight being Crawford and Amir Khan, and um, I realized yesterday I confirmed that there's no theaters, and I had reservations or doubt that there wasn't going to be any theaters carrying this fight. One, because of the matchup, and then two, because I didn't know if ESPN pay per view was even doing that as far as showing fights in the theaters. So I confirmed there is nowhere locally to watch this fight. We do know that it is $5 cheaper, than most pay per views. What the going rate has been lately. So that right there shows you that there was already some concerns about from the supply side. There was already some concerns that this stuff right here ain't on the up and up. Now we do have Shakur Stevenson going up against a major test, a good step up for him, and then we also get to see Teofimo Lopez, who's obviously barking up the Lomachenko tree and seeking out a championship fight with Richard Comey for that IBF lightweight belt, and then threatening to move up to a super lightweight in January. But obviously, the crux of this whole thing is that Bob Arum and Top Rank are looking for some comparable, some pay per view numbers to go forward with to try to make the Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford fight. That's what this whole thing is about. Despite the fact that this really isn't a pay per view event or a pay per view caliber event, neither really was Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence Jr. Not really, but I reference movies a lot, and I'm sitting here Rounders, which I've mentioned this on the podcast before, that you can find at Left Jab, www.leftjaballnightboxing.com, the Bite Down Boxing podcast with R.L. Woodson. But I mentioned this before. In that movie, Matt Damon's character Mike, he's a card player, poker player, and he finds himself deep about 60 bands. I think 30 to a street thug named Grandma, and then 30 to 30 bands to Teddy KGB. And he's put in that situation by his partner Worm, Ed Norton, who takes off after Ed Norton screwed up the last. They had about 15 bands, I think, when he messed that up. So check out the movie. But what I'm getting at is Mike did the loyal thing or the honorable thing. Mike did the honorable thing when Worm left town and leaves New York. Mike goes back to the city to try to make it right and clear his name, pay his debt. And so he goes to his partner who had kind of been his mentor in the underground poker scene. His name is Kanish, played by John Turturro. And he asks Kanish, "Hey man, I'm really in a bad situation, man. I need some money to get going. I only have 24 hours to pay down this money, or I'm gonna get my I'm gonna get my legs broke, or worse. You know, I'm 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 out here. Help me out." And Kanish, even though that's his man, and had given him a job when he went bust at the beginning of the movie. Kanish is like looking at the numbers and looking at the reality of the situation, and he's like, if I give you 500, if I give you 1,000, if I give you 5,000, what am I really paying for? What am I doing? You're not gonna make it. The odds are terribly against you, and told you. I warned you. I warned you not to let these guys get their hooks into you. And he's like, I gotta give you a hard pass. I can't give you anything. And that's what I'm doing here this weekend with Bob Arum. I'm tempted to be the same way. Like, no, I'm not contributing to this. But as an independent journalist or wannabe, you know, and for what I'm trying to do, you know, I'm going to go on and buy it because I got to have some content this weekend. But I'm buying it. But for everybody out there, for any other promoter out there, I'm drawing the line in the sand. This is the last time I'm going in my pocket. That's it. The rest of it, because I wasn't going to sit here and watch it online for free or get some stream and all of that just so I could talk my talk. For one, I don't want to be bothered with the rest of the world as I do what I do. This is my thing. So, like I said, I'm gonna give you this $69.99 this week, and then me and boxing we through. Because the thing is, Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan are probably gonna struggle to do beyond 150, 170,000. I would be shocked if they eclipse 200K on the pay-per-view buys. But so I feel like I'm contributing to something that's not gonna help move the situation and move the needle. But like I said, I'm gonna do it this last time, and then I'm out. I'm really out. You know, I could have went in what I was talking about with myself. You know, I could have went to New York this weekend. Probably could have got some credentials and went and checked out the fight. But the thing is, being that I do this for the love, I can't get there on Thursday and go to the press conference and then go back Friday for the weigh-in and then go back Saturday for the fight. And that press conference on Thursday is where you get a lot of your content. You know, hotel rooms, either a flight or gas money, the train, the subway, all of that stuff costs money. And then on the back end of it, you know, this decision that YouTube went and made to that you have to have 1,000 subscribers just to go to mobile live stream. You know, with me having to leave and get on the road to come back to Ohio on Sunday, getting out of the fight late on Sunday morning, you know, getting back to wherever I'm gonna stay at 1, 2 in the morning, that doesn't give me an opportunity to get into or to get time to edit my videos or edit my interviews and upload my interviews and all of that stuff, because I got to get some sleep to drive Sunday. So when I was looking at driving there to check this fight out and cover it in person a month ago, Sunday I was like, oh, well, I just live stream on the road, you know, every hour or so, you know, especially when I'm getting tired, I'll just go and live stream and from the car. And, you know, even though my content is expiring as I'm driving back to Ohio, then of course once I get back to Ohio on Sunday evening, I'm not gonna sit there and edit video. Nah, man, I'm going to bed. Then I gotta go to work Monday. So you know, really the only silver lining in that whole trip was to live stream you know, Sunday on the road. But like I said, since the rule is what it is, and YouTube has made this change, you know, that put me in a bad spot, and really pretty much made a decision for me that I wasn't going to this fight. So the only fight I really may go to was Anthony Joshua and Jarrell Miller, just for the fact of you know, that being Anthony Joshua's debut on U.S. soil, and it's a heavyweight championship, you know, a unified heavyweight championship. Then I'm probably gonna go because I was raised in the DMV area and born there. I'm gonna probably go check out this Jared Hurd and J. Rock Williams homecoming. I do have some options there as far as somewhere to stay, you know, not coming out of my pocket. But so like I said, I hate to interject myself in my coverage of the sport, but I'm just pissed off, man. Because this affects what I'm trying to do. And well, I won't even go into the rest. I already interjected myself in it enough. But yeah, man, that's where I am this weekend, man. After this, man, me and boxing, we gonna keep it square with one another. And I'm not paying for I'm not throwing money after bad, because like I said, this me and the other 149,999 people or whatever, uh the word's not gonna be good Monday or Tuesday when the numbers start coming out. It's not favorable. It's not gonna be favorable that it's not gonna be favorable, and it's not gonna get us closer, much closer, incrementally closer to Spence and Crawford, in my opinion. And nobody involved is going to make the sacrifices that I would make driving that 9 hours to New York, or so on and so forth. The money and all of that stuff. They're not going to sit down at the table and figure out a way to give the fans what we really deserve and make that fight. They're probably going to make, Porter and Spence at some point, and then maybe Crawford. I don't know if he fights somebody like Besputin or whatever they try to do on that side of the street, but it is what it is. But like I said, man, I'm a hold this thing accountable after Sunday. So had to get that off my chest, man, and enjoy the fights this weekend, and or the fight this weekend. The fights with Teofimo and Shakur Stevenson and Christopher Diaz. So other than that, man, let me get on out of here. Like I say, check out the podcast. I'll try to get one up this week. I probably will, most likely get one up. That'll be at www.leftjaballnightboxing.com. And like I say on the podcast, man, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great